CMPRadio.net, man. You already know it's the station. Major shout out to all our sponsors and everybody that rocks out with the radio station. Listen, if you want a podcast, you too can have a podcast. Hit us up, man. Come and talk to me, man. Uncle P. Info at CMPRadio.net. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk about your podcast and what you want to get out right now. Right now. Right now. This is Uncomfortable Conversations with Uncle P.
Andrea B, y'all.
How you feeling, Drea?
I'm good. I'm good. Today, it snowed a little bit today. I was like, is it going to be snowing when I come to the radio station? I was like, whoa, it's snowing already. Did you see the snow?
No.
It was snowing when I got off of work, about 2:34.
Is it 2:30 or 4?
2:34.
At 2:34.
Yes.
Like 2:35.
Huh?
Before 2:35.
2:34. That's
Yeah.
what time I get off.
Right. It was snowing.
It was snowing. Yes.
All
When
right.
I walked to my car. So
Little
what's up with
dust.
you? How are you today?
A little dusty. I'm good, man. I am good. I'm trying to get my blood pressure under control. Haven't been taking my medicine. So my blood pressure was high the night before.
Okay.
It's like 210
Sheesh.
over 112.
That's like stroke almost.
I know. It was close. I see it. I saw it in my eyes. I knew something was wrong. I was like, oh fuck. Bright light in my right eye. I've had 2 strokes.
Yeah, you told me.
before.
That's why I said that.
So, it's just so hard, right? With everything that I have to do, just putting everything in its right position, and stress, added stress, more disagreements, more arguments, more confusion, just thrown in the mix. After a day, it's like, all right. With my medicine, it's like, all right. And yeah, I had to get my blood pressure checked, and it's like, damn, okay.
So how do you recalibrate, like decompress? What do you do? What are your self-care practices when you have those moments where you're like, I feel my pressure, I feel I'm getting a migraine, now my vision is getting a little hazy. Like, what do you do to kind of like,
At that point, it's a little too late
okay,
to try to calibrate or bring anything down. But I know I made a point to tell myself was it yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do anything.
okay,
I slept most of the day, right? And just understanding when I woke up, I said, I'm not arguing anymore. Like, I can't afford it, right? I get myself all worked up. I feel some type way over the disrespect, and then my blood pressure shoots up. I'm not gonna let nobody give me a stroke. You feel me?
understand.
But I also have to take my medicine. I also have to make sure, that I'm aware of what gets me upset and try to deviate from that road.
I'm gonna have to bring you some of my stress balls, my little fidgety things I have in my office.
So I order some dandelion tea.
Okay.
Right? They said that's good at reducing, bringing down your blood
Okay,
pressure.
okay.
Of course, I take my medicine. I don't like to take it, right? Not because it affects anything. Just I hate taking medicine.
I understand. It's a
You
lot of
feel
people
me?
like that.
I don't. So, but understanding the time that we're in now,
Mm.
because I was stressing. You feel me? Like trying to make sure shit was getting done. I wasn't eating in the morning, so I wasn't taking my medicine, making sure Jordan got everything she needed and running around and trying to be there and try to do that. And I was doing all of this stuff real heavy in the beginning of the radio station, like showing up, being there anytime anybody did anything, I was out there, right? And I realize now that I can't continue on that same road, right? So, I have to put myself first. You feel me? And fill my cup up.
Because you can't pour from an empty
Can't
cup.
pour from an empty cup. So, all the things that I have to do, I will do. You feel me? I made a doctor's appointment. I go see my doctor on Tuesday. You
Good.
feel me? Start taking my blood pressure medicine. I got to get one of them little Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday,
Yeah,
the pill joints.
Yeah, okay.
Once I do that, I think I'll be in a better position. You feel me? Like
I'm gonna say this: like when you have a bad day, sometimes you have to be like, "All right, tomorrow's a brand new day," and not bringing whatever happened the day before
oh yeah,
to the next day
no, I
because
don't.
that just adds more stress.
I hate I'm not going to say hate because hate is a very strong word. And my aunt used to tell me that all. I dislike when I have to bring something into the next day. So I try to talk about it on that day that it happened, so I don't have to worry about it the next day. And there are a lot of people that don't believe that that's the way to happiness, right? They believe that just being mad about something and festering about something for 2-3 weeks is going to solve anything, and it doesn't. It really doesn't,
It can really make you physically ill.
bro. It can kill you.
Hmm.
You feel me? So for me, I like to talk about whatever happened when it happened. If we can't talk about it as adults, if we can't have a conversation on what happened, why it happened, when it happened, what happened when it happened, then I'm done with the whole situation altogether. I don't want to talk about it 3 days after. I'm done.
But to have minimal stress, you have to be able to have those uncomfortable conversations.
Not
and
3 days later.
I get you.
Right. I can have the uncomfortable conversation when it happens. When you bring it up, let's have this conversation. I don't run from conversations. Like, I don't run from nobody, right?
Mhm.
So let's have a conversation. Let's talk about this. And if you don't want to talk about it, I understand that, right? It's too hot right now. I'm going to hit you back in an hour to see if we can have this conversation again. And if you're still feeling like you don't want to have a conversation, then it's dead.
But see, then I feel like what your time frame may be might not be somebody else's time frame. So it's like meeting people in the middle, because I like to resolve things early. Like if I'm having an issue with someone, I want to, but I realize everybody's not like me. So I'm the same way. I have to sometimes be like, okay, maybe they don't want to talk about it right now.
So you want to take it into the next day?
It's not that I want to, but I can't always feel like people want to talk because I want to talk, because it's not always about how I feel. My feelings are important, but I also has to keep other people's feelings, like, care about other people's feelings. Meeting in the middle, not like, okay, I still want to talk to you, but you may need 24 hours and I may only need 30 minutes. It's not I shouldn't force you to talk in 30 minutes because that makes me comfortable.
Right.
So just having that middle ground, that's
Right.
all. Somewhere in the middle.
Right. But Deirdre Thomas Waples, she said, sounds like you. I don't know who you're talking about. You talking about me or you talking about Drea? You know her?
Who?
I don't know. You might not know her. Deirdre Thomas Waples. I don't know who you talking about. Who you talking about, Deirdre? But honestly, like when disagreements happen, you feel me? Like I can be held accountable. Like I don't have a problem with you holding me accountable. If there's something I'm doing wrong, let me know. Like let's not let this fester.
But some people don't like conflict. And I feel like conflict is not always bad. It's about conflict is sometimes good when you need to resolve an issue.
There is no way in God's green earth that a person doesn't like conflict, but yet they always want to argue into the next day. See, if you want to argue it, you love conflict. Like you need conflict to survive.
I'm gonna disagree with you with that. What if somebody feels like they never been heard? Maybe somebody's emotionally.
I'm giving you a platform to be heard.
I hear you, but some people may argue or whatever because that's the only way they feel like they will be heard.
So let's talk.
Yeah, we can talk, but maybe not when you want to talk. Maybe we have to have a happy medium.
What's the happy medium?
So let's come to an agreement of like when we go and talk, not about when you want to talk, when I want to talk.
But it is about when you want to talk because you're delaying the conversation. So if it's not when I want to talk, it's based on when you want to talk, and whenever
it's a happy medium.
Oh no, that's not a happy medium. That's not it.
So if you say I want to talk in 30 minutes, and maybe you can get somebody to talk in 2 hours.
Still, that's when they want to talk. So
would you rather them not talk at all? I mean, because they might just shut down if you try to force them to talk any earlier. Sometimes we'll be kind of, and I'm saying this from experience, right. When you try to talk to somebody before they're ready because you want to just resolve the situation and maybe your communication skills may be a little different than theirs, then that person shuts down and there's no communication. Then you're like, fuck. We can't get nothing now. I can't get nothing. We can't resolve this because now you don't want to talk to me at all. You don't want to be in that situation.
Next to us taking it into the next day, if it comes to the point of us taking it into
if cooler heads prevail on the next day, why not? if cooler heads might prevail, because maybe if they talk to you when you want to talk, they cussing you the hell out, and like you like then you're upset. That person's more upset, and guess what? Nothing has been resolved.
My dad always used to say, never let someone else's feelings upset you, right? I don't allow you. If you have an attitude and you're talking to me, you have an attitude. I don't have no attitude. You probably looking at me like, why are you looking at me so stupid? Because I don't understand why you're yelling and fussing, number one. Number two, when you get to fighting and get to throwing, see, we can have an argument to understand, or we can have an argument to create war. Which one do you want?
So now I'm going to say this based off of what a person observed, based on somebody's trauma, might impact on how they communicate with others.
Then go to therapy.
Everybody don't want to go to therapy.
Then don't talk. Don't yell at me. Don't talk to me like I'm a child. I'm not a child. I am 45 years motherfucking old. Period. I'm not a child. So let's have a conversation. Can we have a
We
conversation?
can have a conversation, but
Right.
we have to come to an agreement and when we can talk, not when you want to talk.
So when are you available to talk? This is what I'm saying.
when I cool down, when my cooler heads prevail. Because I
How-
don't want to talk to you disrespectfully.
How long is that going to take
It varies for different people.
for different people? So if it takes a week for that person to decide to come and talk to you, you're going to go back a whole week over what happened and try
How
to
much? So let's talk about how much you value. It depends on how much you value this
I
relationship
don't
with this
forgot
person.
what happened. A week? I don't forget. I deal with a lot of things. I'm busy. I'm talking about me personally. Most men, super busy. If you're not dealing with it then, don't bring it back a week later. Think we're gonna be able to have a full contrite conversation on what happened, what took place, how things happened. That's how people move things. They move the goalposts. Don't come to me a week later with an issue that we had. I thought it was over. I thought you were done. No, now you want to have a conversation? I don't even remember what happened. And so what does that tell you? That I wasn't taking it as serious as you were.
Maybe you didn't take it serious because you didn't feel no type of way. But if this other person is feeling some type of way, so they had to take a step back.
Right. So you're bringing it to me a week later. How am I supposed to address that? I'm supposed to listen, right?
Yes.
Right. So I listen to you, and then I bring up a point, and then while I'm bringing up a point, you cut me off and get to over talking me.
That doesn't have to be the situation. Are you just giving that as an example? Because it can be a conversation where it was brought to you a week later, and it's just you say what you have a problem with, I say what I have a problem with, and we just hear each other out and try to work it through it. So it just depends on the personality.
And that's normal conversations. That's healthy. That's two healthy people having a conversation.
Yes.
Two healthy people don't typically have conversations. It's always somebody on the other side that isn't quite as healthy.
So
as
then
the
you
other
have to
person.
evaluate your circle because it's like sometimes we are a reflection of the people
Hit that bell. Hit that bell for me. Right. You gotta evaluate your circle. If you're not looking at your circle, bro, it's crazy.
Healthy communication should be normal. It shouldn't be a foreign thing.
It's foreign for me, and that's just. I guess those are the things that I deal with, and that's why my blood pressure be so high because that keeps driving me crazy. Like, we gotta have this conversation again. Then we already have it. Then I already tell you how I felt. Then I already tell you what I wanted. So you can tell somebody what you want, how you feel, how you see it, and everything, and they still take it, run with it, and come back with something else. And that's not cool. But that's not what we're talking about today.
Okay.
Right. We're gonna get into this topic, man. Go ahead.
So the topic is how to pretty much go from victim to victor and how to reclaim your power. So this topic I kind of like just freestyle with. We all have situations where we felt like we were a victim, or we may have had things that happened to us in our life that was unfair, whether it's from childhood, from when you were an adult, an older adult, or whatever your age is. Like, we've all had things that happen and we like, this is really effed up. Dang, like you be in that victim mode. But when you're in that mode, sometimes you're giving your power away. And not saying that the things that happen to you are always somebody else's fault. Not saying that the things that happen to you that are not good are always your fault. But being able to learn lessons in whatever experience and also turn those lessons into like purpose, turn those lessons into like, okay, well, this happened, but you know what? It happened for a reason. Because when you change your mindset, I really believe from personal experience, your life changes just from your mindset change. And so many people can sit around and think about like their childhood traumas. Shoot, I got trauma. But it's like if I stayed in that space where it's like, oh my God, like poor me, woe is me. Like I wouldn't have healthy, functional relationships. I wouldn't be a pleasant person to be around. I would be attracting the wrong type of connections and I wouldn't be moving forward. So it's like we can't change like the people, we can't change the families that we were born to, you know? Unfortunately, like who you were born to is who you were born to. Who families you're a part of is what families you're a part of. But guess what? You can choose your family far as friends. You could choose your family far as like relationships. You could choose that. You could be choosy on that. Sometimes we are a product of our poor choices, and then we want to cry like, poor me. But it's the choices that you've made. It's the choices that I've made. Um, I can say so much about this topic because I know at times where I've had experiences and I'm like, poor me, woe is me. I've had those moments. Allow yourself to feel, allow yourself to have those moments where you may feel sorry for yourself, but don't stay down. Get back up because there's power in that. And you never know, like, you can be encouraging somebody else just by getting back up. And it's easy to kind of just stay in that wallow and that shame, especially when you've made poor decisions and you're like, dang, like if I would have made this decision, if I would have did this differently, maybe my life would be differently. Maybe I'd be further along in life. Listen, I'm going to just be completely transparent. It's times where I'd be like, dang, man, maybe I should have went to school for something differently. Maybe I should have did this way. Maybe I shouldn't have did this. And I'd be like, dang, I should be further along in life. And then I had to be like, you know what? This is a life that I have. I've made choices, some choices that, they weren't that great. Some choices were great, but all of these experiences have helped me to grow and become the woman that I am. So I am grateful for all experiences, even the bad. And that is, man, to get to that place is just, it's free because I was not always here. Um, so I'm gonna ask you something, Pierre.
Go ahead.
So, hmm, when you think about like choices and decisions that you've made, like, have you got to the place where you've like don't perseverate over the things that like,
Don't
okay,
what?
perseverate,
Oh, give me the definition.
like
I like that word.
drown yourself in a like
Perseverate.
perseverate, like
See,
you're
she
just
coming in here
focused.
using big
So
words.
you're like laser focused on something, like perseverating over the fact that maybe, I don't know, you did something that you just realized it just wasn't a good choice.
Hmm.
Like, are you out of that season where it's like, it is what it is, I did what I did, and now I'm just trying to move forward?
I know from my my history.
Hmm.
Um, I don't move until the house is completely on fire. I mean, the kitchen could be on fire. I'm going to sit there and try to put it out, right? And I'm using water on an oil fire. You feel me? So,
Oof.
you know what happens when you do that,
Yeah.
right? You should not use water on an oil fire, right? And I don't know, I'm a fixer, right? And I realize that about myself, right? And that comes from childhood traumas. You
Hmm.
feel me? Like, so for me, it's I got to learn a couple times before I do something new.
Okay.
Right? A hard head makes a soft ass, and I might as well have a bubble on my shit.
Okay. That's real.
Um, I don't know why I'm like that. Honestly, you feel me? To a point where I had my mother, right,
Hmm.
and I know now at 45, I knew how my mother felt about my father. Right? They
Hmm.
loved each other. Right? So
Okay.
to have my father taken from my mother, and she just felt like her whole world crumbled, right? My whole world crumbled too because this was my father. He was supposed to be there. So, naturally you gravitate to your mother. Um, but I learned, and I just had this conversation with my godmother that, it's hard to lean on someone who was leaning on someone. You feel me? Because we both gonna fall. You feel me? And it's like I became a fixer in that I looked for people that needed me. You feel me? Whether it be financial, whether it be through connections, I looked for people that needed me to be around, right? And then I got mad at people for always needing me to be around, right? So, um, for me to get out of that victim mindset, it took a lot of work. You feel me? Because I had to move away from being a fixer, right? And begin to fix myself and to get myself to be rooted in the ground, right?
So, do you feel like you've healed your codependency issues yet, or like, do you realize that's kind of part of the reason, like the reason that you may have wanted people that needed you is because you had codependency issues yourself?
Yeah, I've definitely fixed my codependency. I'm in my space by myself. I don't need anyone to be here. You feel me? Like I'm good. Like I'm not looking for. I am looking, but I'm not searching. I'm out there looking like I looked before, right? So I don't really require a partner.
But if you had, I'm not even talking like if you had to evaluate the relationships you have now, like, would you say that the relationships you have now are like healthy, functioning relationships that's like they just ebb and flow? It's not any codependency going on.
It's hard. It's hard because you're not in a space where codependency isn't the thing. You feel me? Like people, oh, we're codependent on each other. Oh, we love each other, right? We're together because we can help each other go. I got Frank, she got beans. You feel me? So it works. We Frank and beans together. You feel me? Like we can make dinner, but yeah, it's not easy to find people who aren't codependent on something or someone, right? So sometimes when you, like you said, the circle earlier, right?
Hmm.
It's important that you check your circle, right?
Yeah,
It's important that you ask questions of your friends. It's important that you have these conversations, right? Even as comfortable as they are in your relationship, you had these conversations. Like if something was to happen to me, what would happen to you? You feel me? If I wasn't here tomorrow, what would you do? And if you're not having those conversations and you're having kids with this person, then you don't know what your offspring is going to have to deal with if something was to happen to you,
that's very true.
right? So just be aware. I said you don't have to model like I don't deal with nobody that's codependent, right? That's not going to help you do anything. You have to be able to have these conversations to change a person's codependency so that they're dependent upon themselves as well.
I don't think you can change. I mean, hmm.
Hmm.
I think you can be a positive influence on someone. So, like, if you, hmm, I wouldn't say change, but you can influence someone
That's
to,
change. It's still change. You're influencing them to do something different. That's change.
or maybe it's them you modeling the behavior that you want to see, and they just happen to
And
absorb it.
eventually they change. If you absorb it, you're bringing it in. You're gonna change in some stretch of the imagination. Because if they're not changing, once you get to a point where it's like, yo, I can't keep carrying you. You feel me? Like I have so many other things I have to do. I gotta sit you down. It's like a child. Like when they're a baby, they don't know how to walk.
Hmm.
They have to change into walkers. Then they have to change into runners, right? So they're changing all the while, right? So, yo, I can't hold you no more. You getting heavy. I gotta sit you down. We gotta walk. You feel me? Like, and that's life. And if you can't sit whoever you're with down and say, "Come on, you gotta walk with me," then it's time to let them go.
But it goes back to alignment. Like, I'm not expecting all my friends to be like me, be into the same things as me, but it's like it does make life easier when you have people that have common interests. It does make life easier when it just makes life easier
So
when you're aligned.
you're repeating what I'm saying. You got to cut them off at some point. Like,
It's
listen, I
not
love
necessary.
you. I love you. I love you. I will always love you. I love you back there. I can't love you up here, right? Because I need you to walk with me. I can't carry you. We got too much stuff we carrying. I need you to put your legs on the ground and walk. And if they're saying they don't want to, it's a reason. Whether it's trauma from the past, I can sit down with you and we can go to therapy. Come on, let's go to therapy. I could do the work if you're willing to do the work to the point where I could put you down on your feet and you can walk. But if you're not trying, if you're kicking and clawing and that you're that codependent that you don't want to be let go and you don't want to be put down on the ground, I can't continue in a
But
relationship.
you know what? I realize in this season that you have to give people grace because just because you may have been able to heal from your childhood trauma, I mean, you may have been able to do some things to help you move past certain things. Everybody has a different pace. So it's like if somebody is valuable to you, you don't necessarily want to throw them away per se.
I'm not throwing them away. I'm saying I'm cutting you off. I can't carry you anymore. And what's wrong with saying that? Because now you're delaying your the things that are supposed to come for you. Right? You're going to sit there and continue to hold them.
No, that's not what I'm saying. But I
Okay.
feel like you should give people grace because
I gave you grace, enough to grace to carry you. As far as we've been in a relationship together, we're doing whatever we're doing together, and now I'm coming to a point. There's a point in every relationship where you have to ask, where are we going from here? What do you carry? What do I carry? What do you do? What do I do?
Are you talking about platonic or romantic relationships? Because I'm just talking about universal relationships. It could be platonic or romantic. Which one are you talking about?
I'm talking about the same thing you're talking about.
Okay. So let's say like you've had a friend that was a childhood friend and y'all had so many things in common and then once you started moving a certain way, things got different. But this person's a good person, but maybe they just
Things got different.
got different.
Okay.
That doesn't mean you should just leave them?
That doesn't mean I should stay in the zone that made us the same.
No, I'm not saying that.
So what are you saying?
I'm saying that sometimes you may have to
May have to
pivot a little bit, but
It's still
give
a
people
change.
it's still a change, but
Right.
you don't just have to like just dip off on certain people. Some people you just gotta leave where they at. Some people you just gotta leave where they at. But some people, maybe they might need some time to catch up.
So you stay.
You don't stay, but you
walk
the
slow.
you might want to hold space. Like okay,
Oh, I'm not saying that you can't catch up. I'm not saying I'm
Okay.
going to sprint away
Okay.
from you.
okay,
But
okay.
if I'm talking to you and we're having a conversation, and let's say we're talking about business,
Mhm.
business partners,
Mhm.
but we got to think about bringing in a show that might be against what he believes in,
Okay.
right? If if we both deem that this audience is necessary to acquire
Mhm.
for us to be able to move forward, you can't have a problem with bringing in the show because the business has to move forward.
True.
Now, if you don't want to bring in the show, then we're behind all other businesses that don't have a problem with bringing on that person. You feel me? So as business, I'm trying to get you to understand what we need to do. You don't want to do it. All right, I got to put you down, right? And I got to do it myself, right? And a lot of people feel that way. I was just talking about this business, but same way goes with business partnership, relationships, friendships. You don't approve of where I'm going, right? And you're gonna every time I say I'm gonna do something, you're gonna be like, nah, that ain't gonna work. Nah, that I can't do that,
No, I get that.
right? So here I'm putting you down. Not saying you can't catch up, but don't come to me when the confetti's falling and everybody's cheering and saying, "Yay, look what he did." Now you catching up to me like, "Woo, oh yeah, look what we did." No, you wasn't with me on that walk. I had to do a lot of things by myself because you didn't believe in me when I first told you. You feel me? So like, I'm not saying cut people off, right? I'm just saying like I gotta sever the line, maybe just a little bit, where
Okay.
it's just a little string that attaches. It's not the whole rope.
Okay, that makes
You
sense.
feel me? Like, but what is a victor? What is victory? How do we know what victory looks like? What it smells like? How it
When
feels?
we can kind of see like where we came from, like especially if we have certain wounds, we have certain traumas that really kept us hindered, kept us in bondage, kept us stuck. But when we can look back at those experiences and not allow them to keep us stuck in the same situation when we're able to move forward,
Hmm.
that's when we know we're victorious. And again, sometimes we be in situations where it's like even to get out of the situations, you're going to have to go through hell. You're going to have to be uncomfortable. And that's the part. It's sometimes it's not an easy way to get out of certain jams, but it may be an uncomfortable route to go, but that route might cause you a little pain, a little heartache, a little headache, might have lose some friends, whatever. But that might be your best route. And being okay with that. Like no matter if the route looks a little messy, but that's the journey you gotta take, you gotta take it. That's my view. What about you?
Victory is everything that you said it was, right? But it's also being surrounded by the right people, right? Because nobody's ever won anything on their own but a boxer. And even he didn't win it on his own. He had his coach, he had his cut man. You feel me? He had the person that pours the water into his mouth, right? So you have to have a team, right? You have to have a team with a like-minded goal. The goal is to reach this. You feel me? The goal is not to just be seen as working. The goal is to reach somewhere to the point where you can reach back and drop down ropes for other people, right? That's a true team, right? So, I don't want to do this by myself. You feel me? I don't want to be the person that's out there all the time doing everything. I just wanted to build a platform to do it. You feel me? To talk. Now we have the platform. Now let's build other shows. Let's put other people in the position to be out there in the community, talking to the community about the things that they value, the things that they see, the things that they want. So victory to me is making sure that all my people are capable of eating. I don't want to be the only one eating. I want to be the only one able to eat at a steak 48. I want us all to be up in that joint. You feel me? I want us all to sit there with big steaks in front of us and mashed potatoes and eat. But when people deviate off the plan or they think they can do it themselves without looking at the grand scheme of things, like where's the one person that was victorious in this world? Nobody. Everybody has a team.
But it goes back to mindset. You see how your mindset is always team oriented. How can we win? How can we come together?
Right.
Being around people that has that same mindset, and I mean, it's hard.
It's hard. It's that. I mean, that's one thing that has driven me crazy is being able to put together the right kind of team to excel everybody. Right? Everybody has a pack on their back. Right? But if we stand together, we can get further. You feel me? Because the outer go first to get us to take off. The inner, right? We all expose or turn on our pack at different points during the travel. So what's the problem? Because we're gonna come back down. Like that's inevitable. Like what goes up
Let's come down.
must come down. So we're gonna come back down, but I'm not trying to come back down after 5 minutes. I'm trying to have some time in the sky. Right? So I need my team. I need my people to help me out. I need my people to be able to hold me accountable. I don't like a whole bunch of yes men around me. I want somebody that's going to hold me accountable to what the fuck I say. You feel me? Like, yo, P, that wasn't right. You feel me? Like, hey, you need to switch up this, or you need to do this a little bit better, or you need to show up on time, or you need to be accountable to the people around you, right? I love accountability.
Yeah, but I feel like it depends on who it's from because if it's somebody that you don't really value,
I value everybody. You don't think I value? No, you're making a face like I don't. You don't think I value what you say?
not saying that.
Okay,
But
what you
it's
saying?
all about like your level of respect for someone. You might love people in general. It's people I love, but I might not have no
They can all,
respect for.
I can get, my grandma used to tell me, you can get the best advice from somebody that had it and lost it than you can get from somebody that had it and kept it. You can get better advice from somebody that had it and lost it than you can from somebody that had it and kept it. But I take advice from everybody,
Okay.
right? I don't have from the janitor, I can learn how I should stay in.
Well, I say that all the time, especially working with children. I be like, I learn from you guys.
Right. Why you think I got all these kids around me? You feel me? Like, I'm just trying to get them to understand. Like, we had a conversation today. They were talking about money,
Mm-hmm.
right? I need another job. I'm like, no, you don't need another job. You need to save money. Right now, you're at a space where somebody should be introducing you to the stock market. These little checks that you're getting, go ahead and invest them now. Buy some stuff now that you think might blow up in 10 years. Listen, if you put $170 on a penny stock and that penny stock shoot up, you just quadrupled, and like who knows what you did with your money, the investment. But you got to look and you got to be aware of it. And a lot of people in our community aren't really put on that, right? Investing their money at the right time. You feel me? Youth is when you should invest your money because you don't really need nothing.
Right.
You don't have no bills.
But it's all about exposure. Think about it. Like, exposure matters.
Exposure matters, and I think our community is overexposed to the things that does not benefit them.
I agree.
Right? So we're overexposed to wanting material stuff. And I admit, I was a person that was heavily into the overexposure of wanting material shit. Shit changes. and when it changes, man, you can't breathe. It gets hot. You got to sit down. And you got to understand, all right, what's the goal? What am I doing this for? Right? I have a purpose. Right? It's for my children so my children can see me do something they've never seen before. Now, by me just doing this puts my kids in a different grouping. Now they want something. You feel me? They want to see their dreams come true. They see what happens when you work a little bit. Now I got to put some work in. I'm saying now is a time when you're young, not when you get old. My age, it's killing me. To be able to load that truck up, and I had my son come and do it, I said, yeah, it's nothing to you, right? I said, that would kill me, bro. Everything that I've done in my youth, I wish I would have had this when I was 19, 20 years old, or an idea for this when I was that young. And I did have an idea, I just didn't think it would work. So to be 36 and jump into doing this stuff and being everywhere and doing everything, in the beginning it was cool. Now it's like, boy, my hair hurt. I'm going to go lay down. And then my decisions. I didn't make the proper decisions. But I'm not blaming anybody for my decisions. We were having a conversation earlier. You was like, you got to take a lot of responsibility for that. I said, I do. Absolutely. That's why I'm in the position I'm in now, because I take responsibility for it. If I didn't, it would look completely different. It would look like just whatever. So for me, my victory is being able to give to the next generation, right? And also, victory is reaching into a little bit higher than you and tapping somebody and say, yo, I need some people down here that need some information. Why don't you come and give it to them? And they come and give it to them. And I know I have that. So I've already won. You know, we're doing an 8-week program with Chester Education Foundation.
Oh, wow.
You feel me? Project Engage. We got the grant.
Okay,
Like,
congratulations.
yeah. So, you know, I'm excited about that. All right. So can't really talk about where we got the money from yet, but yeah, we got a grant. So, you know, we'll be doing some things real soon. But that's all it's about, right? Having intergenerational people have conversations. People that skip over so many generations, like that doesn't relate. Yeah, it relates to you, right? Because he's telling you about how he started, how he got started, how he was young and didn't listen. That's the majority of the stories that's going to come up. Is I was young and I really didn't take what people were saying to me. I didn't listen, and I should have. I spoke about that today, right? I can't say people didn't have the information. People weren't giving it to me because they were giving it to me. I just was too busy worried about money. I let money blind me. The chasing money, the chasing girls. If you got money, you got girls. And that's where most of these young men now coming up, that's how they feel. Money, respect, girls. That's it. But it's like, no, what about money when you're 35? I wasn't thinking about that. I didn't think I would live that long. So I didn't want to be a victim anymore. I didn't want to be a victim of my thinking. I didn't want to suffer. I wanted to be able to explore and do things. So I had to shift. I really did. Because the person I am now is not the person I was 9 years ago. Nowhere near.
But in making that shift, sometimes it can be hard because the people in your life may not like the shift, may have a hard time adjusting to the shift. Hell, the shift might be hard for you to even adjust to.
I've learned that if they're not with you, they're against you. And I would rather have an empty ship than a ship with a whole bunch of people against me. So I will cut. I have no problem with cutting people off. I have none.
You
None
don't think that
whatsoever.
sometimes when we, and this is what I had to learn, and it may not apply to you, sometimes when we be quick to cut people off, it could be part of our trauma
I give you
response as
time.
well.
I give you time. I'm not quick to cut anybody. I give you time.
Okay.
Right? I give you a couple. You can miss a couple threes. I ain't
Okay.
gonna cut you from the team for missing a couple threes.
Okay.
When you miss a couple threes, you're not playing defense. You show up late to practice, and I can't talk to you. It's a wrap. So I give you about 4 chances, literally. And that's any relationship, anybody I deal with. If you can't show up and be responsible for your part of the team, we had that conversation. If you can't be responsible for your part of the team, I'm gonna have a conversation with you. Then if you can't talk back and have a conversation and come and talk to me to my face, real quick. And I'm moving so fast that I cut you off and I ain't worried. You gonna feel it though. Like, oh man, like, damn, I fucked up.
But you also have to remember people meet you at the level of capacity that they have. And sometimes it's not even anything personal against you.
No, I don't think it's anything personal against me. I know it's not nothing personal against me. I'm not cutting you off because I don't love you. I'm cutting you off because you're impeding my progress. And love can impede progress. If you love me the way I love you, you should be right here next to me working like I'm working. It shouldn't be no problem for you to show up on time. It shouldn't be no problem for you to put the sweat in. It shouldn't be no problem for you to put the blood in. It shouldn't be no problem for you to work. I can't keep saying, oh, everybody. No, then guess what? If you don't feel how I feel about what I feel about, I can't have you around me. You're not in the right circle. You can go over there and play with them. And listen, man, what's up, bro? I'll see you, shake your hand, give you a hug, say what's up, you want a drink, have a conversation? Yeah, absolutely.
So let me just say this. In business, that's one thing, but in connection, that's another thing. Because what if you have a dream that somebody may not have the same vision as you?
Then we shouldn't be together.
Your vision,
My vision what? Go ahead.
your vision is your vision. Which God has for you is for you, and what
Right.
God has for another person is their situation too.
Right.
So it's like, why can't somebody doesn't have to be? They can still support you, but may not be like, okay, I want to do everything you do. What if that's a situation where somebody can really care about you, but they may not have the same interest, but they want to be supportive, but they don't have the same vision? Does that mean that they are a bad friend? Does that mean they're a bad partner because they don't have the same, like they don't have the same interest? They can support you to a certain extent, but they don't have that same vision. Like, hey, you want to build this, they want to build that.
Right. So right there, you're already saying like we shouldn't be in business because if I want to build this, and you don't come in having an idea to help me build this, right? So why are we in business together? Because you want to build that. I don't see that. I see this. A person focused on their business is like you got blinders on. If you don't have blinders on, you worried about everything else. Why do you think racehorses have blinders on? So they can keep racing. You take the blinders off, guess where they're gonna go? Everywhere else. So it's just that focus. It is that focus. Let's talk about Beats. Beats by Dre, right? Jimmy Iovine never knew that was his idea, but they took headphones that Dr. Dre was using. If they would have came out Beats by Jimmy Iovine, wouldn't nobody
Nobody
bought
bought
them
them.
damn things.
You're right.
So Dre, I'm gonna put your name on them and give you some cut. Then then Apple came out. Jimmy Iovine, oh sure. Hold on. We're gonna go over here and talk to them. Right? Guess what happened? Apple bought Beats. Guess who got paid? Jimmy Iovine and Dr. Dre. But from the rip, I'm just gonna put your name on this joint. You gonna call them Beats by Dre. Dre, what you think about that? You gonna get a 40% crumbs. I get 60%, you get 40%. You ain't worried. You ain't had to invest no money. You ain't had to put none on. All you had to do is put them on your head. Take a couple pictures. Beats by Dre.
Those was popular too. I remember.
Now Apple owns them. Now everything that now you can find a Beats by Dre on an Apple device. If you got it located and it hooked up, you can find it. Just like it's an Apple AirPod. Just like it's another iPhone. But you need someone that has the vision. All right, I got you. Yeah, let's do that.
I just would say that with everything, you need balance.
I'm,
It's funny we're having this conversation because, like, my guy is a very regimented person. Like, he's very, like, boom, 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 very goal oriented. I thought I was goal oriented. I ain't got shit on him.
but you thought you were goal oriented.
I am, but not in comparison to him.
But that's the levels of it. So it's different levels of this thing. Like I'm not saying I can't be in business with somebody on a different level than me. I love people at a different because I can teach you how to, and you might be able to see something that I didn't see on the ride up. Right? That's cool. But I'm building apple trees, planting apple trees, you planting asparagus. It's two different things. It's not
Yeah.
gonna work.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it.
So in that, oh no, bro, go do what you're doing. The sun's gonna come up for both of us. It's gonna go down for both of us. The water's gonna come out for both of us. But we're playing two different things.
I just was thinking about it because, like I was saying, my guy is very goal oriented and visionary. I'm the type of person you give me the plan, I'll follow it, but
Right.
I don't always have the
Vision.
vision. But
Right.
he got the vision.
Right.
But I'm like, yeah. So
But that's not a bad situation. Right?
yeah, but it's different for me.
But you're learning how to have vision. You're learning what he sees.
Right.
He should, because that's what a man should do. He should be teaching you.
He is.
I know he is. You feel me? So you're good on that. And you should be amenable to what he's teaching.
I am.
So if I don't care about that, well, then leave me alone. This is me. This is what I want. And if you want to be with me, you got to want what I want. And if you don't want what I want, why are we together? Michael Jordan, his first wife, she was a basketball wife, but she wanted a family. He wanted a family too. Guess what? After the kids got grown, what they do?
Divorce.
Man, it wasn't because he was cheating, because he been cheating. You accepted him cheating throughout the whole marriage. Most basketball players are not. That's what they do. You pull up to a different city, it's a different chick at your hotel room. Oh my God, look. What is he supposed to do? He get lonely at night. He not home.
Disciplined.
Huh?
Be disciplined.
You know how hard it is to be disciplined when you got 30 women coming up to you and they all want to give it to you, and you're not near your wife. You're on a 6-game road trip on the East Coast. Your wife is all the way in Chicago, taking care of the kids, making sure the kids get to school. Aside from you flying your wife out all the time, then you bring your wife out. Now other players got to bring their wife out, and everybody don't want to. You know how disciplined you have to be. You gotta. all right, y'all. I'm going in the room.
Okay.
Right?
Or you can.
It's hard. It's hard. I'm not saying it's not possible. AC Green did it. You feel me? He was a virgin now.
Wow.
He did it, but it was still hard.
I'm sure.
You feel me? Like torture rap. Racehorses are focused to wear shields over their eyes because they're being guided and whispered to their max speed to someone else's goals.
That's interesting.
Thank you. But
But everybody has a dream. Like everybody has their own individual dreams, and I feel like
you want people to have dreams. Everybody doesn't have a dream. Everybody doesn't know what a dream feels like. Everybody doesn't know. Like, I'm just gonna say that,
Okay.
right? Because most people don't have dreams. They just continue to just live. What does it say? Are you living or
Or just
existing?
existing. Got you.
You're just existing. You don't begin to live until you have a dream that you want to get.
I just feel like it has to be a healthy balance. There's nothing wrong with helping somebody else reach their dreams, but don't forget about yourself. Like you're so engulfed in somebody else helping them get to their place and you don't get to where you need to be at. So that's people get lost and then they be bitter like, I helped you build this empire and I didn't even have nothing for myself. You hear stories about that all the time.
Anybody that comes in to help me, what do you want? I'm asking that before you even sit down. What do you want? Because I got what I want. I already got the radio station. If you want to help the radio station grow, I need to know what you want because I want you to get something out of this. I need you to get something out of this. What's your dream? What's your passion? What keeps you up at night? What do you write in your journal about? I went to therapy to unlock my shit, but it was always there. I always talked about going to Connecticut School of Broadcasting. I always wanted to be on the radio. I've reached a part of my dream, right? So I'm happy there. If everything was to fall apart and I couldn't go any further, I'd be okay with just doing that because I showed my son what he needed to do, how he needs to go after things. He tells me that all the time, bro. If it wasn't for you doing this radio station, I'd probably be doing something else.
Wow.
But no, stay focused on your dream, bro. Don't let nobody get in your way. You run them over if they jump in your way. Come back later, ask them if they all right. Get your dream down. You gotta have that. Not that I don't care attitude, but not right now. Maybe later. You feel me? Like, because if you got we can do it right now. Man, people will take you on a tour, bro, around everything but your dream. Get in your car and be like, turn left here. No, I was going straight. No, turn left. I know a shortcut. Ain't no shortcut. They just want to go to the bar. They want to get drunk. They want to get high. They want to play around. They want to laugh. They want to joke. You feel? All right, I gotta go. I gotta get back on the road. Now you drunk on the road. Now you crashing into things. You feel me? Like, so for me, victimhood can show up in so many different situations, so many different people, so many different agreements, right? Because you never know how a person feels. You never know. And that's why I said that the conversations are important from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
I have learned that, right? You don't want to, like, let's say your grandfather went through something in a business, and now you're alert to those type of people. I wasn't a trustworthy person. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So I came in the beginning and let everybody know, listen, I cheat, I used to play. I'm not on that no more.
Okay.
Right? So pay attention to what I say. You feel me? Because I mean it. And I'm going to show you I'm for real.
Mm-hmm.
Come into partnerships, come into talking to people that way. And they didn't trust me. And after a while, I stopped trusting myself. Because you need that reassurance, bro, that people trust you, people believe in you. Because if you're not getting it, you're going to go back to what you were doing before. It's inevitable. That's why people make so much. That's why Dennis Rodman was who he was, because it was so much fun in that space. He didn't have to be responsible.
He's a different type guy.
He went somewhere and was responsible, and they didn't accept it. And when somebody doesn't accept you're responsible, you say, fuck it, I'm going back over here. I'm a party. I'm going to live my life. So, I don't know. I really don't. But, you know, I just want everyone to understand, you feel me, to let go of being a victim. I used to think I was a victim. Oh, she cheated on me and I cheated on her. No, I own it. No, I cheated. I kept on cheating. I kept on, and I kept on, and I kept on, and I kept on, to the point where I ran into a wall. Then when I ran into that wall, I realized I had to change. Then when I began to change, I didn't quite change everything. I stopped hustling. I stopped playing. I stopped using money to do things. But guess what? People want people with positivity, just like they want people with money.
Mm-hmm.
So they came. And I fell for it. Now it's like, I won't fall for another one. I guarantee you. But I see it when it comes down. What you want? Let's have a conversation. What do you see? What do you really want? What are you willing to not take no for? Like, the only answer you want for this is yes.
Let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
This is like a wild card question. Do you trust women? Do you think you could ever get to a place where you trust women from like times where you've been betrayed by women? Like,
I can trust women. I trust women today. I don't distrust women. I had a conversation with a mother of one of my kids today.
Okay.
And I apologized to her. I said, I could never be with you because you cheated with me. You feel me? I had it's crazy, right? Because I didn't never have a problem with cheating, but I couldn't have a relationship with a person that cheated with me.
So this is interesting
Go ahead.
because when we have these conversations, it's like you, you seem so rigid in certain areas. Like you seem open, but then in certain areas, it's like it's no flexibility. Like when we had these conversations, it's no,
Mm-mm.
but it's just like it takes two people. Like that person was cheating with you, but you decided to cheat with them, but you're holding against them.
No, I'm holding it against me. I can't trust you. You just showed me that. I'm not holding it against her. I can't trust you. Not to say you're not a trustworthy person. I can't trust you because we already lied. We lied to so many people. So now you think that I'm gonna be honest with you, and we've already started off lying. What's in our cooler? Lies. What's in our refrigerator? More lies. Are you going to be able to trust me? So now I'm thinking that because you can't trust me, you'll start doing the same thing that I was doing. I don't want,
Everything you saying is it makes sense.
right, but
it does make sense though.
but it's like no, P. You got to be able. No, I can trust the female. Let's start off fresh. We can't start off fresh. There's history there. You're asking somebody to forget your history. When I was laying in the bed and I was faking like I was asleep and hello, oh, I'm over. Da, da, da. Now when you call me and I'm really sleep, like nigga, you ain't sleep. You know too much. You know all the lies that I told.
But
So
some,
so you're
some
not.
people still make it work.
No. People force things to work that aren't really made to work. Sometimes you gotta understand that.
And some people are comfortable in dysfunction.
I'm not comfortable in dysfunction. I'm not. Like I'm I'm on time. Meaning I'm at least a half an hour to 15 minutes early for any fucking thing I show up for.
Okay.
If we have a meeting on Zoom, I'm usually sitting in front of the computer a half an hour before. I might be drinking some tea. You feel me? I might be going through some notes, but I'm I'm on Zoom. You feel me? My dad always said, you're either early or you're late. There is no on time. So show up early. I had a parent of one of the mothers that I have of my children. She asked me if was your dad in the military? I said, no, ma'am. See how you talk? Why you say respect? You respect everyone. You want respect, you give respect. So when I began to lie and to cheat and steal, I said, no, listen, I like you. The sex is great. I love you. You feel me? But we can't be in a relationship because you was already doing the lying with me.
So my question is, could you still deal with that person, but just not in a relationship?
I have to deal with that person. I still love that person. We have a daughter together.
Oh.
Right? I still love that person. I love all of the mothers of my children. I love them. I don't dislike them. You feel me? Like I don't hate them. I love them. Right? We have children together. So I need to have a sense of love for you.
Mm-hmm.
Huh? Like you risked your life to give birth to our child. Right? You risked everything dealing with me.
But that gotta be hard. Like if somebody, maybe, they was the jump off and they fell in love with you, and you saying no, I can't be with you because.
That's not hard. That's honesty. You don't want honesty?
No, I'm not saying, but it's like.
You want me to lie and say I could be with you and just lead you on for the
No,
next 10, 15,
no.
20, 30 years? We never get married. You still to jump off. You still. No, I'm being honest. I'm being honest.
But you saying that you can't be with them because you wouldn't be able to trust them. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, because how can you trust me? And you already know what I was doing.
People can't change.
Let's check this out. Check this out.
Okay.
A criminal can only trust another criminal. Right? A liar can only trust another liar. It doesn't make sense, but you feel me? Like an honest person can only trust another honest person. Truly. Right? So it's like, no, like we could continue doing this if you want, but it can't be serious.
If you have a certain pattern behavior, you haven't done the inner work, and it's toxic behavior, you just gonna repeat the cycle. You right. You right. I had to think about some stuff. You right. You
like
right.
like
You right.
so it's not about that person. It's more about their behaviors.
Mm,
It's more about what they allowed to happen. It's more about what they didn't stop.
mm.
Like, I was honest. You knew I was married. Wasn't nobody I dealt with that didn't know I was married. I'm married. So what you want? And if they say, I don't want anything, cool. Let's keep chilling. I want chill. Oh, all right, come on, let's go. I know how hard it is to be like faithful. And I know what happens when you express that to someone, especially if they're not in a healed space.
But I also feel like your relationship with women was kind of like not doomed, but you saw stuff so young, and the relationship with sex was just so. Yeah, I
I
think
don't
that really impacted you. Whether you,
no, I know it impacted me. It impacted me to the point where I don't value sex.
I know.
Anybody that puts anybody other than a woman that puts any value in sex is lost. Right? Women can put value in the sex because you're allowing somebody into your space. You're accepting them into you. So you should put value on sex. Men don't have to put value on sex. So then when you start to think that I'm thinking like a man now, I'm a savage, yeah, you're thinking just like a man. So no, I don't know. I'm good. One dot do before we can fill up a whole bar with everybody that's been inside of you.
Mm,
Not you. I'm just saying.
I get it.
You feel me? So now what? Now you don't want to come in? You feel me? And you got some eye. You don't want to bring him in? Oh, all right. I get it now. I understand it. When I say this, people tend to get mad at me and get to, what you mean? No, I'm just being honest. Right? I'm not shooting you down. Like, you can do whatever you want to do. It's yours. It's not mine. And I had to understand that too. I thought if I took care of you, if I bought things for you, if I fed you, if I made sure everything was straight, you were sharing that with just me. But you can do whatever you want to do with it. I ain't gonna crack no. I ain't gonna be upset. I'm not even gonna be mad at him unless he raped you. Then it's a problem. But if you willingly gave it up, all right, congratulations.
Wow. Okay.
You tried to put me underneath the bus
Did
too.
not.
Sex is a spiritual exchange
It is. I agree.
for women. Yes,
Why is it just for women though? Because you're still sharing yourself.
not spiritually.
You don't believe in soul ties?
No.
Oh wow. Okay.
Why would I believe in soul ties?
Because when you have intercourse with somebody, it's
Mm. For women, absolutely.
okay.
Soul ties. Believe that, right? Because when a man enters you, there's so much that happens. He gives you his sperm. You don't give him anything. You're not receiving anything. He's not receiving anything from you but the dumping of sperm.
Okay.
You feel me? So for women, yes, it is very spiritual. It could be soul ties. You shouldn't have a bunch of partners. You shouldn't have 34, 35 partners. But for the women that do that, that's cool. It's no problem. I'm not trying to, like we're talking about victims and victors.
Hmm.
You feel me? I don't want to make a victim out of somebody that doesn't believe that they're a victim. You feel me? Like, do your thing. But no, you shouldn't have a bunch of, I say it all the time. Who wants a lock that everybody got a key to?
I get that, but it's like we, it's double standards. I'm not.
For men, right? It's just sex. That's it. After that energy's over, like what they call it, post nut regret.
Wow.
Yeah, damn, I shouldn't have done that.
But if you continue to do the same stuff, it's like why say I shouldn't have done that if you're gonna keep on doing the same stuff.
I'm gonna keep on doing it because it feels good. It feels good.
Okay.
It feels good.
Discipline.
Somebody said something about discipline earlier. Discipline isn't hard. Where was it? So discipline isn't hard. Discipline isn't difficult when you have it. When
Who
we
said that? That was a bar right there.
the net. Discipline isn't difficult when you have it. But what about the people that don't have discipline? What about the people that weren't taught these things? What about the people that never thought about it? Right? So if I'm not thinking about discipline and you're telling me use discipline, it's like, you know how hard it is? I'm just talking about 40 chicks coming at me. Back to Michael Jordan, 40 chicks. Everybody and their mother wanted something.
I think if you running through a bunch of people, man or woman, you got some type of void. Like if you running through people, just like you got some type of void. You got some type of you're trying to feel something that's missing.
Yeah, the feeling. The feeling.
The feeling of what?
The feeling of conquering, the feeling of sex, the feeling of being able to hold someone down and pleasure yourself. And pleasure them. The feeling of it's a crazy feeling when you work in sex. You feel me? Like it's a crazy feeling. Right? But then when you think of the women that are able to do it and give sex out like it's nothing.
Well, sometimes when people are hypersexual, it's because they have just trauma in regards to sex.
Annette says she is a surgical technician. For both, chemical exchange takes place for both. I like to know what chemical exchange takes place for women to give to men.
I don't know.
So somebody let me know, Lynette. You can come up here and be a guest. You feel me? But this is what happens. You feel me? Like I'm just saying, from a man, you're not going to run across a whole bunch of men that are going to say yes. I can only have sex with one woman. I just want to be with one woman. When they're young, when they get old, then things don't pop up the way it used to.
So if somebody gotta be old and they want to be monogamous, that's really sad.
Monogamy is not for us, right? And listen. I understand it. I get it. A woman, that's what a woman wants. That's what makes a woman feel that she's valued. That's what heightens the marriage and all that good stuff. But I've done a lot, and I've been in a lot of different places. So I don't think, and I've researched, and I don't think that's what was happening.
But it just seems like, to me, it's like sometimes some men want their women to be like untouchable and like the Virgin of Mary, but they be all ran through. Like, how do you expect that? And you ran through, but you want somebody to be virtuous and.
I don't want no virgin. I don't want to teach you like every time. Like, how long this gonna last? Like, why you? How many? You ain't never. Come on, man. You don't. I need you to get on that mic and yeah, hit that joint like the whatever. I was gonna say a rapper, but that would have had to say pause afterwards. But either way, I want you to do that. I need to know that you have experience with that. I don't want no rookie. You feel me? Like, I don't need you to be virtuous. I need you to understand your mistakes and not repeat them. You feel me? Like, somebody come to me and say, you understand? I understand my mistakes wholeheartedly. I understand where I went wrong. I understand what I took wrong, what I did wrong. I love women. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Like, I can be in a relationship with a woman right now. I can have, if more children was on her menu, all right, we have more children. You feel me? I'm not mad at any woman. I'm not going to use my past as a precursor for the next woman. Put it like that. Women do what they want to do. We can have a conversation, though. Can we talk? Can we sit there and go to therapy together? Talk about our likes, our dislikes, the traumas that we have, and not be scared of the reaction of someone else? Can you sit there and talk about your uncle that used to climb in your room and try to molest you? Can I feel sorry for you? Can we have those conversations without you getting defensive?
But then you got to think about the pickings that you're picking. If you find yourself being with people that you can't talk, then you got to start looking at yourself. If if you find people, you find yourself in situations where you're running into the same type of characteristics, then it start being on you, not the other person.
Hmm.
And nobody, it's not a.
But I'm not going to sit there and say you're a victim. You feel me? You're a victor if you're sitting there telling somebody else. If you're able to stand in front of your issues and pronounce them to someone, a complete stranger,
Mhm.
in front of your partner, you're a victor. I'm proud of your strength. I'm not gonna no, like I'm not gonna baby you, but I'm also not gonna harp on you either when it comes to that situation. There are certain people like, damn,
So this is the thing I will say. I'm not trying to put you on the spot.
go ahead.
Like
You know, I
you
don't
want
got no problem with the
you
spot.
want somebody that's emotionally intelligent until you have to put in the work to be with that type of person. Like everybody wants certain qualities, but then you have to
Did you say that about me?
just not
No, I'm
just saying in
saying.
general. In
Oh,
general,
okay.
sometimes people want certain qualities, but they don't even possess the qualities that they want. Or like you want someone that's just not you, just in general. Somebody might want somebody that's emotionally intelligent, but then when they get somebody that's emotionally intelligent, it's too much work. So I just, when people want things and have qual, uh, criteria that they want in a mate, then I feel like you should meet the standards of like what you want. So if you want somebody that's not ran through, you shouldn't be ran through. You want somebody
Oh,
with some
come
money,
on,
you
come
shouldn't be
on.
broke.
Stop
Like
that.
I
Stop,
just
stop that.
like
Stop that.
I just
Then you're talking to mostly women, because now you're talking about you want somebody that's not broke. You shouldn't be broke. Most broke women want a nigga with money. Huh. Period. Point. But can you buy me some crabs? Can you give me some
I
Snickers?
wasn't talking gender though. I
Right.
wasn't talking
I'm
about women. I was just
talking
talking
about men or women.
men or women don't
Right.
matter.
Right. Well, most men don't want a woman with a whole bunch of money because we don't want to be arguing and fussing and being made to feel slow. So we don't want to date the higher echelon women. That's why they single up there. That's why they up there mad and all upset and bitter and they out with their girls all night. Right.
That's kind of generalizing.
That's not generalizing. That's saying what it is.
Okay.
No, you don't believe that?
I, f- I feel like it depends on the circles you run in. That's all. That's all I'm gonna say. You don't have to be. I don't know.
You don't have to be what?
I'm just gonna shut up
Why you gonna shut up?
because you're generalizing. Like, okay, if a woman has a certain level of success, that automatically she's not gonna have somebody.
That's not true.
I know people that are doctors and lawyers and
They met some.
happily
They
married.
met somebody before they got their job. They was dealing with somebody before they start working. 9 times out of 10, if you run into doctors and lawyers, they met that person well before they became a lawyer, or they met them in the first couple years of being a lawyer or a doctor.
Okay.
They're not established 10, 15 years into their situation, right? And now they have Mercedes Benzes and all this other stuff and cars and houses, and now you're looking for a partner. It's going to be hard to find a partner that's going to be able to come with the same thing that you have,
Okay.
right? But I didn't think I was generalizing. I apologize to anybody that fits. I'm not generalizing anyone. I'm single by choice, right? So people are single by choice. People are single by default. People are single because they have expectations. You need somebody to come in and match where you're at. And that's not the case with me. I don't need you to match where I'm at. I need you to be willing to work. I need you to be willing to continue your education. If I can meet you and you can not know where you want to go. So we're going to have them conversations. We're going to talk about that. What do you see happening here in the next 5 years?
So if somebody was like extremely established, would you feel comfortable being with that person?
If they knew how to have a conversation and talk and not throw their wealth in my face.
Okay.
You feel me? Like, or throw what they had in my face, right? I got this. I gave you the. Nah, I'm good. You feel me? Like, I don't need gifts. You feel me? I need a partner. I need someone I can rub my back up against and know that she watching my back and I'm watching hers.
Okay.
Right? I need someone that can communicate what they see. You feel me? Like turn to the left, right? Yeah. I need someone who is as worried about themselves as they are about me. You feel me? Because you get people that are more concerned with you and they ain't worried about themselves and they running crazy, right? Yelling, fussing, screaming, hollering. Yeah. No. So for me, yeah, I don't have a problem with anyone. I can have a relationship with everyone. I've done it before, right? So when you say like you don't think, because you said it. What did you say? You don't think what about me in relationships?
Huh?
What did you say earlier? You said something about me in relationships,
Well, I said a lot. I said in some areas you're very rigid.
right? And what would rigid like? How would that quantify like rigid?
Like you can be inflexible on certain things, but it's like, yeah, you can be inflexible on certain things. Now, I guess we all have standards, but it's like even with the cheating thing, it's like, oh, well, I can't be with you because you cheated with me, but I was a cheater. Like it's just like I don't know. It makes sense, but it don't make sense to me. To me, it's like you hold like do you hold women? I feel like you be holding women to a certain standard, like a very high standard, and then like with you, it's like you hold yourself to a standard, but you don't hold yourself to the same standard.
I don't. I'm sure don't nobody want to be with me. If you want to be with me and we were cheating,
Mm-hmm.
and I was a cheater, and
Mm-hmm.
you're saying you weren't cheating at all.
Mm-hmm.
We were in a relationship. I
Mm-hmm.
was cheating
Mm-hmm.
on my wife
Mm-hmm.
with you.
Mm-hmm.
You would want a relationship with me.
No.
So because I'm saying it, even though I was a cheater, I'm not allowed to say the same thing. I get it. I do. I understand it, but it's just.
It's your standards. I mean, everybody has.
I
Their
mean,
right
everybody should have some. Everybody should have standards, right? Things that you're not okay with.
But I feel like the fact that you was a cheater, you can't give a little grace.
I can give grace. I'm not going to give you a grace for a relationship.
But you'll smash though.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right.
I can
My
give you a
point
little
exactly.
grace.
My point exactly.
I can give you some big grace.
My point exactly.
That's not- that-
that's
that-
my point exactly.
that's
It's
not-
like
but that's
okay,
not-
they good enough to fuck, but they not good enough to okay.
Be in a relationship with.
Yeah, that's just why can't you just dead it all? If somebody wants to be with you and you know that you don't want to do what they want, then why just stop? Just let the pussy go. Yeah,
Because the pussy still wants me.
you don't have to take everything that wants you. If I did that, man. Anyway,
You shouldn't do that as a woman.
So
Go
you
ahead.
shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that either.
I'm not. I don't know. I'm not connected there. I don't feel the soul ties. If that's the case, I'm tied to a lot of women. I don't feel the soul ties. Like I don't. Like I don't. I don't.
Okay, moving right along.
Go ahead. Moving right along.
So you just got me sidetracked.
I don't know
Lord
why I
have
got you
mercy.
sidetracked.
Lord have mercy. Like I need you to have more discipline with your penis. I really do. I really do.
Why?
Because it's just because you say certain things and it's just like, come on, man. Like
Come on, man. What? That's how a man thinks. A man will never think like we are on two different absolute
I understand
planets.
that,
We
but
speak differently about love. We speak differently about life. We speak different. There are two different planets. I'm on the planet of men. You're on the planet of
no,
women.
I'm not. We men are what they say. Men are from Venus. Women are from Mars. Whatever. I
Whatever.
get that, but it's like
Right.
the discipline. It's like okay, well, I'm not going to give you this, but I'll give you that. But then it just be messy. It just be messy to me. But let's just move on.
Okay. Go ahead.
What we talk about? I got sidetracked. What we talk about?
Don't get sidetracked. This is your topic.
I'm sorry, y'all. We didn't win all.
No, we didn't. It was the same thing because you were talking about right how I used to say how I cheated,
Mm-hmm.
and I'd say I cheated because my person cheated on me.
Mm-hmm.
So I was a victim of that,
Mm-hmm.
right? And when I dropped the mantle that she cheated on me, right? I was no longer out searching for vagina to get back at her with. You understand what I'm saying? Now it's just about just doing whatever comes to me. You feel me? Like if you come to me, I know what you want. What do you want? I don't want anything or nothing. I just want to chill. It's never, I want a relationship. Like I'm looking at you, you look like someone that I can have a relationship with. How come women can't come like that? And then you'll get the man that you want. But if you're gonna come and say you want to chill or you just want to hang or you're gonna get the plaything every time. I'm not gonna turn this into a relationship that you didn't want from the beginning. Who does that? So when you talk to your man, or you talk to your boyfriend, you know what you want. I want you. You're not saying I just want to hang. I just want to play. So as a man, when he hears this constantly, and he asks, "What is it that you want from me? Do you want me to be your boyfriend? Do you want me to be the person you can depend on? Do you see me as someone you can marry?" And if a woman says no, what am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to step away if she still want to do it? No, we're going to keep on doing it. And it's just fun. Now, 3 months, 6 months, 8 months, a year later, now you're talking about, you know what, I really like you. She didn't see a future with me a year ago.
But you should have just cut that off if you wanted.
No. Now is when the cutoff comes. You didn't see a future in me a year ago. Why you see a future in me now? I didn't know you a year ago. Still, you came to somebody, you didn't know them. You say, I don't know. I just want to find out. That's different from I just want to chill. I just want to play. In that year, how many other men have you been with? How you want to know how many other women I've been with? I've been with 6 in that year that we've been dealing with each other. Then what? Now the conversations change. You was with 6 other women? Oh man, see? You never asked. You wasn't really worried about it. You just wanted to chill. So we was just hanging out every now. Oh, you thought I was just about you?
Oh,
I'm glad you're not single either. But that's life. That's what happens. Again, you got to have the conversations in the beginning. I'm cool.
People's minds change though.
Yeah, people's minds can change, but the game don't change. The game doesn't change. And if you start off belonging to someone else and you sleep with me, or I start off belonging to someone else and I sleep with you, that's all it's going to
Well, I
be.
do believe foundation is important.
That's
I
all it's
learned
gonna
that.
be.
That is, listen, I know. I do
So,
know that.
so if you know this, why are you attacking me today? You mad at me? Did I do something to you?
No.
You've been attacking me all show. Damn.
Well, I have not.
Yes, you have.
I wasn't trying to.
Yeah, you've been attacking me all day. But I ain't worried about it, though. I don't take it personal. I get it, right? You just want to find out. You just want to hear it.
I just want to know.
Right. Inquiring minds.
Thank you for being honest.
Yeah, I can be honest. No matter how it might make me look. He ain't shit. That's what people say. And there was a time when I really wasn't shit. I've changed.
You have.
I have. Whether you just want to say in the last year, like losing my mom changed me a lot, right? And then realizing the people that I had around me weren't really the people that I needed around me.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? And I understood that, and I got that. So, I'm better now. I's better now.
You are.
Right.
You are.
But yeah, victim. To become a victor, I think in when you're dealing with how to reclaim your power, right? And then we done with this, right? There are 3 steps, if not probably more than that, right? You need awareness, accountability, and action, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Awareness, you have to name the pain.
Facts.
You also have to name the pattern.
Whew. Very true.
And then name the belief that grew from that. So, for me, I was a cheater because I got cheated on. I named the pain. The pattern that it put me in was becoming a person that couldn't be trusted, right? And the belief that grew from that was that all females ain't shit. So I had to break that down. I had to come out of that victimhood. So I don't believe that all females ain't shit. Like, there are some females out there, just like there are some men. Right? It's some. It's not all. It's not most. This is a little sprinkling, right? And you take it. Take it for what it's worth. Um, Accountability. What part did I allow, or what part can I change? So I can change what I do, what I share, what I give. You feel me? Like that's what you're telling me to do. You feel me? That's what you're over there like, oh my God, P, you just need to change, right? And I did. I'm talking about old me. We weren't talking about current me when we were having this conversation.
Okay.
All right? You feel better now? Why? Damn.
Was I really going there hard?
Boy, wait till you watch this over and listen to it. Like, damn. But, you know, I take it. You feel me? Like, you know.
But don't you appreciate that? Like, I'm going to question. I'm going to question. I'm going to like challenge you. Like, you need friends like that.
They're the types of friends I want more of. And that's what I was talking about, right? If you're with me and you can't have a conversation and ask me questions that you think I'm going to get up or feel some type way about and ask me a question like, yo, I know you care about me.
I do.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The text message you sent me when my mom first passed away, right? And to the places we've gone, you feel me?
Yeah.
Like, you cared about my mental,
Yes, I still do.
right? You cared about my physical health.
Sure
You feel
do.
me?
Still do.
So I can't just knock that off the table and be like, oh, she trying to be smart. No. And if somebody was in here trying to be smart, I would have the same conversation with them. And I would ask them, well, how do you do your thing? I always felt like a victim, right? I always felt like women are just gonna do that. Like after having two women back to back do the same thing, it's like, yo, you're always gonna cheat. And and most men, and I say this a lot, most men in their younger age, if they grew up around their mother and their father, they're looking for their partner. So depending on how you treat men when they're younger, you feel me, is going to dictate how they're going to become a dog. Because all men have that time, right? If he gets hurt bad enough, he will resort to become a dog. And guess what? It's going to be okay. Why? Because there are women out here
that will accept it.
That didn't have their dads, right? That didn't understand what they were supposed to do. That think that vagina is going to get them everywhere else, and this is really not. And when men say this out loud, I'm looked at like, come on, man, shut the fuck up. You feel me? Like, chill out. Like, don't say all that. No, you got to take yourself serious. You got to want better.
That's true.
You feel me? Want more. So that's what accountability look like. Understanding that accountability brings clarity, not punishment. Healing hurts, bro.
Hell yeah.
Healing fucking hurts, bro.
But once you get on the other side, it's...
You understand all that pain was for something.
Right, absolutely.
Right? Everything that is great has to go through a refinement process. Everything.
Mm-hmm.
Gold has to be melted down. You understand what I'm saying? Like coal has to go through immense pressure to give you diamonds, right? Things have to go through a process. And if you're afraid, I was talking about this last week where, you know, men on the other side of heat is where your purpose is. You feel me? Like you need fire. You need to go through the fire. You need not to be scared to walk through that joint, right? It's not going to, it looks like it's going to hurt, but it doesn't really hurt. And you have to be able to walk through that because if you're not going to have anything. You're going to be on the side scared. Fear stops most people from doing anything.
Absolutely. Sometimes we are paralyzed because of fear.
I don't let fear stop me. And fear stopped me when I was coming up a lot. I mean, what are they going to say? How they going to feel? I don't care anymore. I'm going to do it. I'm going to get it done. And if I got to run you over to get it done, let me know what the underneath of my car look like. Action, therapy, journaling, boundaries, new habits, choosing responses over reaction. Not not just blowing up when it happened. I ain't having a conversation like, wow, like damn. I had this conversation. Like it was like all over again, right? And I think that's because my therapist told me not only will you see that situation again, you'll see it again and you'll keep seeing it till you react differently to it.
I agree.
And I didn't understand that.
I
Right? Because I said I was sitting here talking to you and telling you what I went through and damn, and then it happened again. And my dumb ass did the exact same thing. I know I did. I'm looking back. Being in this space by myself, I'm able to replay things. Yeah, I should have cut you off right there. Not only did I allow it, but it moved up to the next step and then to the next step. And now I look like a nut because I'm worried about where you going. Girl, I'm not worried about what you're doing.
I had to train my whole way of communicating had to change because I used to go like 0 to 100. I know I had a lot of moments where I was like, you was a whole nut, like the way you was talking. Like that was reckless. Like, whew, came a long way.
The way you were talking.
Yes.
You think that was because of where you were? Like,
Yes.
it's like status wise, like education.
No, nothing with status. It was just
But were you the breadwinner in your house at that point? Yes. Right? So that's what I'm talking about, right? I'm doing all of this shit by myself and I don't like, and that's that. You feel me?
But I
That
think it was,
bobblehead.
but I think it was deeper than that.
It was deeper than that.
It was
There
deeper,
were-
way
there were-
deeper than that. That was just a one thing. That was deeper than that.
It was deeper than that, but that's where you rested your head. You know what I'm saying? You didn't dip your head down to find out where the deeper was. You rested your head on that. Nigga, I'm in charge. I'm talking to you like this. Deal with it. And it was like, bullshit.
And I was so out of order.
Right. But that's where it started. Right? So, but yeah, for me, it was dealing with that situation again. And the fear of being alone. I was scared of that. Like I will hold on to a motherfucker that I know damn well didn't give a fuck about me. Just hold on to him because I didn't want to be alone. And I don't know why I didn't want to be alone. Right? But I wouldn't let him go. And I would get hurt. I'd get tossed to the side. I'd get pushed to the side. And I'm like,
But sometimes we get comfortable with people and you might love somebody, they might love you, but they're just not a good fit for you. But you're comfortable in that situation. So you hold on because you don't want to start over. You don't want to relearn, redo. It's a lot.
I'm just now realizing that though. You feel me? It's after everything that I've been through, I'm 45, the last 30 years of my relationships, I'm just now realizing that I can be alone. That I'm great alone. Right? That I can do things alone. That I can be somebody alone. Just now realizing that. So it's hard.
How about I had to heal my inner child to be able to be more softer and yeah, I had to do that.
And I think that was me healing my inner child. Right? Because he was so scared to be alone. That I think back to my childhood, I was always trying to be somebody's friend. You feel me? Like reaching out to somebody, doing things for people, giving, to a point where it's like, damn, nigga, like, you just gonna keep giving? Like, older me had to come in and say, yo, man, stop. Like, why? Let's go have a conversation. You feel me? Like, and sit down and really analyze friendships and people that said they were for me and then still realize that people still reach out when they need you, but they don't reach out to check on you. So it's like, yeah, bro, like you good. You good. Being in this space right here has done so much for me.
But you know what's the hard part when you think about like a lot of your connections was based off of your wounds.
I mean,
that really sucks when you think about it.
When you think about it, yes, but it was based off of the wounds that you knew you had at that time that you really didn't address.
You didn't address. Yes. Yes.
So now that you're older, you address them as wounds. You're like, oh, boy, I was tripping.
Right.
You feel me? But you didn't know.
You didn't know,
why
right.
you was reaching out to people.
Yeah.
You didn't know why you was,
Yeah.
like, you didn't know why you was talking like that.
I had to give myself grace in a lot of areas.
Yeah. That's. I think for like 2 years straight, I was giving myself grace every day, right? But didn't realize the importance of giving myself grace alone.
We give our grace out to people freely sometimes that don't even deserve it. We might as well give it to ourselves.
Bro, like giving grace, doing things, buying things, saying things, taking people places. Now it's like, yeah, what you got on that? I ain't paying for nothing. I'm broke. I don't have no problem telling somebody I'm broke. Because I am. But, who want to be around a broke nigga? Nobody. You feel me? So, I'm broke. I ain't got nothing. I ain't got nothing.
But you're rich in other ways.
I'm very rich in a lot of other ways. I'm very rich in love. I'm very rich in my children. I'm very rich in dream. I'm very rich in manifesting. I'm very rich in understanding that I have an abundance of love, right? Both for me and with me. You feel me? And
That's priceless.
And I know what I won't deal with because I actually saw it this time. And I saw what happened for me not just saying, and I should have did it. And I didn't do it. And it's been a whirlwind. It's a whole tornado out front. Got Hurricane Isabella outside knocking at my door. I'm trying to come in and tear your shit up. Like, no, not this time. No. But that's what action does, right? Cutting ties with people who drain you. And protecting your peace at all costs.
So protecting your peace sometimes means shutting the hell up. Like sometimes you don't even have to say anything. And that used to be hard because I used to always have some shit to say. But sometimes you ain't got to say nothing.
Most people get stuck because healing hurts. Healing hurts in the womb. I understand, right? You have to heal. It takes time. You have to sew your wound back up, right? Because wounds don't heal if they're not handled correctly, right?
True.
So you need to bandage. You need to clean it. I remember when I got hit by the car, my mom had to clean my wounds every day, right? Because they developed these little scabs around, and I couldn't have them, so she had to pour whatever she poured on my leg. No, it wasn't peroxide. It was I broke my leg, so it wasn't peroxide. Like I had pins in my shit.
Oh wow.
Right. But it wasn't peroxide. It was. I don't know what they call it. Saline.
Okay.
Saline. Okay. You feel me? And she had to put the covers back on it. You feel me? She had to take it off every day. You feel me? Put it back on. You feel me? So it was hard for my mom to have to deal with. But I saw the strength of my mom to deal with it. You feel me? Then my dad came home and made me walk on it. You feel me? Like, come on, we walking. So, the healing is gonna hurt. And you gotta be able to deal with that. Like being by yourself hurts. Talking to yourself hurts. Believing in yourself hurts after you've done so much dirt to other people, man. You have to allow yourself to not to revel in it, but just to enjoy. Because people are going to be mad. People are going to have attitudes. People are going to feel some type way, and you got to let them come. They're going to come with a lot. Depending on the types of people you hurt, and I've hurt people, so I understand why you're mad. Right, but that's
how
not...
long do you stay mad? Because I feel like when we harbor resentment, we kind of block our blessings. Like
depending on how you were raised, I think is a big indication on how long you'll stay mad. If you're a person that was raised with a single parent, then you stay mad a lot, right? And you probably won't never drop it, and you're gonna raise your kids up with that same anger that you had, right? Because you feel like that's a defense mechanism. Your attitude, your energy, your anger is a defense mechanism. When you use anger as a defense mechanism, it ruins every fucking thing. Because you're not thinking clearly. You're just allowing it to piss you off. So no matter what I say, no matter what I want, you will never be able to match a clear thinking.
See, this is, I guess, where I'm different. My motto is like when people hurt me, I'm like, the sweetest revenge is living a good life. So I'm not trying to get back at you. I'm not trying to wish you bad. I'm just trying to ride off in the sunset, be happy, be whole, and live a good life. That's my whole way of being, and that helps me, to be honest. I don't get no pleasure of seeing somebody do bad, even if they did bad to me.
Hmm. Um, Healing requires honesty, not just with everybody else, but mostly with yourself.
Mm.
Tell yourself how much that hurt. It's okay. I tell people every day, it's okay to say how much you hurt. It's okay. It's okay to tell the person that hurt you that they hurt you. What's not okay is you to keep running around here like you ain't hurt when you out here dishing out all this pain.
That's true.
And you think ain't nobody paying attention, bro. I see you, because I was one of didn't mind it at all. She hurt me, I'm gonna hurt everybody. So be honest with yourself, right? Heal yourself.
We went long today.
Yeah, we did. And that's it, man. That's it. This was your topic. You feel me? We done
all
ran
over the place.
Yeah, you done ran into my life. You feel me? Like, and my cheating ways and the way I was and how I changed, and you ain't even addressed that. Like, how have you changed? What did it take for you to change? Just like, yeah.
You have changed though. I mean, I've known you for a little bit over a year, and the space that you're in is definitely different from when I first met you. I didn't like. I felt like you was a positive person when I met you. You just was in a dark place. I just feel like right now in this season, you're more about accountability, healing, and kind of like releasing the things that no longer serve you.
Yeah.
That's what I think you're at.
Well, I'm not gonna say I wasn't in a comfortable space before. You feel me? Now I don't need anybody, and the things that I need aren't really like needed. You feel me? Like,
Get that?
I can eat Uncrustables and be good. You feel me? I ain't gotta have a full course meal. Now,
Right.
if I do decide to call somebody that knows how to cook, first person I'm gonna cook is my ex-wife. I'm gonna ask her, yo, can I get a plate? Like, I'm calling from the homeless shelter. Can I get a plate? You feel me? She'll send my son over with a plate, send my daughter over with a plate. You feel me? Don't make a habit out of this. I said I won't. Right?
It's good you can still call her. That's good.
She was the only one that was there at my mother's funeral.
Wow.
My mother raised her too. You feel me? Like, she raised both of us. And I know she loved her. So she lost someone dear to her. When we went through our divorce, my mom was always talking to her on the phone. I said, man, what side you on? How you on the... But I understood why. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Because my mother knew what it felt like to lose your love.
Mm.
You understand what I'm saying? So she was just trying to talk to her. And, and I get it. I deserved, however she treated me, I deserved it all. Whatever she did, I'm not really concerned with. Right now we're friends more than anything. You feel me? Like, that's she looks back on things and say, I should have did that differently. Or maybe I shouldn't. And I look back on things and say, I should have did it differently. But
That's good.
we're here. Our kids are healthy,
That's good.
right? Our kids are working. You feel me? Our kids are looking for my daughter graduated college. You feel me? So we did our job.
You did.
And I want to do my job with all the rest of the mothers of my children.
And you will.
Hopefully.
You
Right.
speak it into existence.
We're going to speak it into existence, man. This has been Uncomfortable Conversations with your boy Uncle P.
Andrea B, y'all.
Always reminding you can't heal.
What you don't reveal.
God damn it. Pay attention, right? It's good to have uncomfortable conversations. It's good to be able to have these conversations in this space. If you want to be a guest on this show, hit us up at info@cmpradio.net. Come through. Bring your topic. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk. I'm an open book. I tell people all the time, right? I don't do a lot of judging because, shit, if you knew half the things I've gone through, you will understand why I don't judge. I don't judge anybody, right? And I think Drea was trying to shoot at me earlier when she said, the way you judge women, I don't judge all women like that. It's just if you play around in the pastures, then I'm going to call you a cow.
I can't.
Right? It's just that simple. Right? You can't play around in the pastures and think I'm going to call you a zebra.
Okay, touche.
Right? Because zebras be in the safari,
Oh, gosh.
not in your yard, in the pastures. CMPRadio.net. Uncomfortable conversations, man. Have a great night. Make sure you tune in next Tuesday. I got next Tuesday's topic, and I don't know what we're going to talk about. I like how you took the show. I like how maybe the topic should come from you from now on.
What?
Yeah. All topics come from
What I do?
because we're taking a break. Right? When are we taking a break? December?
So the first Tuesday in December, because I go have surgery on December 8th.
All right. So
what's that December what?
I don't know. The first Tuesday in September, December 8th. Got me looking on this calendar. I don't even know where my calendar at. All right, December. We're in November. Shit, that's Monday. So the 2nd of December, that'll be our last show.
Okay. All right.
And then we're not coming back until March.
Yeah,
Damn. January, February, March. March what? The first Tuesday
beginning
in
of
March?
The beginning of March.
The first Tuesday in March. It's March 3rd.
Okay, March 3rd.
So we're taking a 3-month hiatus from this show. That doesn't mean you can't still watch P. I'm probably still do some Less Love again. You feel me? I got the radio show. Matter of fact, tune in right now. It's about to come on. 9:25, 9:28. We're talking about how to argue in love. How to have arguments in love. Right? Yeah. But we're going to take a break December 8th through March 2nd. So, the rest of the shows are all on you. All your topics, right? Because she's just going to break on me like that. Like, what I'm going to do? Can we?
You'll be fine.
All right, I ain't going to continue with the show. The show's done. But I can do some other things on Tuesday. So if anybody wants to come through and have a conversation with me, that's cool. CMPRadio.net, man. It's the station.